Etc. is a programming environment to program experiments and conduct them. Experiment means in this context for setting up interactive environments for human subjects. There was a computer called HP 9810. Right? That was in 76. Okay. Yeah, so I programmed the NIM game. That was
okay.
one
already in high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First was internet. That was really amazing. And it was particularly amazing because at that time we had networked computers. But as I said, we had this spell book where we just noted how to make these connections, and it was always a mess and complicated. And then suddenly you just type in stuff and you are connected to another computer just without any trouble. That was really, really extremely fascinating. At that time, that was Mosaic, so it was in the early 90s. So it was 92, 93, I think. Okay. So it switched in a very short time from, you are crazy when you use it, to why don't you have it? One was Google, of course. That was also introduced by Simon Gechter. He said there is a new search engine that's quite good. You should try Google. Oh, okay, Google. Yeah, I've tried it. At that time, when you used another search engine, it was terrible. So you searched, and then you were scrolling, and at some point you found something, but it was total luck. Okay. So you surfed. So you had collections of links. You had collections of links. So Al Roth was one of the first who had an extensive collection of links. I do not know whether he still has the same webpage, but I think that's really interesting for you as a historian. Yeah. That's Al Roth's homepage was kind of famous. Okay. It was very minimalistic, so really in the style of these first homepages, but very informative and interesting. Another thing that was kind of simplified our life tremendously was the pivot table in Excel. Sometimes you are not aware of tools, and then when people say, then you realize, why didn't we know that always? These were kind of the big thing, but the internet was definitely the big thing. In 1998, there was a big conference in experimental economics in Mannheim. And then I thought, okay, I will present the software. And then Armin Falk said to me, actually, nobody will be convinced that that's easy. Because when someone demonstrates a software, then you always find a way to show that it works. And nobody is convinced that it's really easy. And so you should really say people, you do an experiment in a day or in 2 days or so. And then I said, okay, that's a very good idea. So I announced, I had my presentation of Z3, I think on the last day of the conferences. I said, please approach me. I programmed 3 experiments in a day or so.
And people did?
Yeah, actually, there was one experiment by Arno Riedl. There was another person I do not remember, and there was also Arno Riedl who asked me about the experiment. He wanted to model the Dutch economy. Okay. So not the whole. So he had I think 2 firms, 3 consumers. Okay. So it was a complicated interaction with many options. So in the end, I managed to do the other 2 experiments I could easily do, and in the Dutch economy, I just managed to model one of the auctions. So I managed one. I think it was okay.